Hi, wouldn't you like to develop the superpower that allows you to overcome anybody who's using verbal bullying over you? Wouldn't it be great to develop the confidence, the self esteem, the resilience to be able to deal with that circumstance? Guess what? Without fighting. Okay? So, if that's something that you want to learn today, then this is going to be the most important video that you can watch. Okay? So, today I'm going to go over the number one thing that you can do that can help you to overcome verbal bullying, and that is taking possession of your mind. And you do that by ignoring what the person is saying. Now, there are certain things that you're going to have to do. This is your homework. You're going to have to discover what words trigger you, what words that trigger your emotions. So we all know that there are certain things that happen in our lives, the different experiences that we've had, that if somebody said something, it would trigger our emotions. And usually the people who can do that are people who are close to you, close friends, people you hang around the most, people that know your experiences. They can say something to you that can trigger your emotions. And that's what a bully will try to do. A bully is trying to get you emotional, trying to trigger your anger, trying to get you mad. So guess what? If you get mad, you will want to fight. And that's what they want. Our job is to learn how to ignore the bully. So if a bully starts calling you names and starts saying things that trigger your emotions, your goal is to block that out and to continue to do what you're doing. So let's say, for instance, you're reading a book and it's lunchtime and you're reading a book, and the person comes to you and they start calling you names. They start telling you that you can't read, you're illiterate, you're not smart enough to read a book. All kinds of stuff can happen, right? The old me would have responded to them and said, "What are you talking about?" And now I'm being pulled into an argument. So that means that that person is controlling my mind and not me controlling my mind. So the key to this is to ignore them. Now, you might have bystanders that might say, "No, you need to go tell that person off. You need to tell them to shut up. You need to stand up for yourself." Okay, it all sounds good. But guess what's happening? I was reading my book. Now, guess what I'm doing now? I'm fighting somebody else because of what somebody said to me. You have to understand that most people learn martial arts, right? They learn martial arts to improve their confidence. But really, what most people learn martial arts is so that they can learn how to fight somebody else. But what they should have learned martial arts for is to control themselves so they don't need to fight. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't learn martial arts. I mean, the best martial art, in my opinion, to learn would be jujitsu because it deals with grabbing and holding, which is what most people do when they get into a fight, right? But I'm only using martial arts as a last resort, not to start the fight. Just because I know the information doesn't mean that I have to use it physically. Martial arts teaches you to control your mind. So for those people who are doing martial arts and you're doing it so that you can prove that you can beat everybody, that is the wrong mindset. That's actually what creates bullying. Also, you have to realize, and the reason why that we do the ignoring part is because we realize or we are aware that there's something going on with the bully that's making the bully that way. There's something that the bully is experiencing in their environment that is making them have that perception that this is how they should behave when they're out in public. So my goal is to let that person know, the bully, that their behavior is unacceptable. So I do that by ignoring them, not by getting into a fight with them, because that's what they want. They're hoping that I get into a fight with them. But as a person who understands fighting, you know that whenever you fight, nobody wins. Or actually, somebody will win, but somebody loses. There's never a win win. So, therefore, if I win the fight, then the person is going to go back to their friends or go back to their home. And then a parent would tell them, "You need to go back and punch that kid. You need to go back and fight." So now the child comes back and now we're fighting again. And then if they lose, they go back. And then they say, "You lost again?" No, now the parent wants to get involved. Now the parent wants to fight. So now we're stuck in violence. And so what we need to realize, the only way that you stop bullying is by ignoring the bully. Okay. Now, what can happen is that the bully can walk away. The bully may say, okay, because you're ignoring me and you're not giving me the attention, and and I look like a fool, right? And people are probably around saying that you need to leave him alone. That he or she may walk away. But there's another side to it, because what you're going to realize is that nothing can exist one sided. There's always two sides to everything. Okay, there's a positive and a negative side to everything. So what can happen, instead of the bully walking away, which is what I would like for the bully to do, is now the bully may get more angrier, get more frustrated, and start saying, "Why are you ignoring me?" and getting more angry. And now the bully is starting to wants to now grab me or physically. So now as my goal is to be watching, even though I'm ignoring the bully, I'm also paying attention to what the bully is going to do. And if the bully is starting to get more angrier, I'm now starting to walk away. Now you might have bystanders around and saying, "Why are you walking away? You should stand up to the bully." Most bystanders want to see you fight. Now remember, they're not fighting; they want to see you fight. It's interesting. Okay, remember, your goal is to not become a bully. Okay. Now, I recommend everyone should develop their physical conditioning, and they all should learn a martial arts. Right. I prefer jujitsu because it talks about grabbing, and constantly it's all you work on is grabbing. Right. It's a hands-on art. Right. But the martial art is only done as a last resort. Right. As a last resort. Okay, why is that? Because we know that this person is going through something that's out of our control. And the only way we can help them is by being an example to them that I'm not going to fight you. Okay. Now, the second thing that you can do is you can be kind to them. Now, somebody might say, well, why do I want to be kind to a bully? Because the bully is mean, the bully is bad, right? The bully is evil, right? What you need to understand, like I just said before, is that once you become aware, the key is your awareness. Once you become aware that there's something going on in the bully that's making the bully feel that way, you will have more empathy, and you'll realize that, okay, you know what, there's something going on, but we need to practice this. If you don't practice this, you're not going to get good at it. Just like anything else, if you don't practice math, you don't practice English, you don't practice using a musical practice of musical equipment, or practice a sport activity, right, or even practicing what I'm teaching you here. If you don't practice, you're not going to get good at it. So the more you practice, the more you internalize it, and the more that it becomes you. When these things happen, it will be automatic. So when you practice kindness, this is one example. Let's say, for instance, the bully keeps telling you, answer me, right? Because you're ignoring the bully. So you say, answer me. Why are you not answering me? And then you can kindly, with a calm voice, taking control of your mind, you can tell the bully that the reason why I'm not answering you is because you're shouting at me. And if you didn't shout at me, then I would answer you. But as long as you're going to shout at me, I'm going to continue to read my book, or I'm going to continue to do whatever I'm doing. Okay? Because what you need to understand, the reason why the bully is behaving that way, because most people don't act kind to the bully. The bully is used to people not being kind to him or her. That's why the bully is responding the way they are. So the key is that you now teach or show the bully through example. This is how it is to be kind. So the key to this whole game is to, one, work on ignoring the bully. The second thing is to be kind to the bully. Okay, and that will help you to be able to get that superpower that will allow you to overcome verbal bullying. Okay, so if you get anything out of this video and you like it, remember to subscribe and to like and to share the video with other people who may need to learn this, and spread this throughout the world so we can end bullying and teach people how not to become bullies. Okay? So remember to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.